Hi. So I have a clarinet. Want to talk about middle B and C fingering. Now, if you were to close all the left-hand holes, including the thumb, and 1, 2, 3, and this key, the low F key, you get low F, and then you add your register key at the same time. So you just rock your thumb. You don't want to move your thumb. You want to just rock it. All you need is a little bit of the meat of your thumb to catch it, to make it move. And the least amount of motion is the best. So that goes from low F to C. What you do is add this key and you get B. And so B is like this. Or the low, that's E, which by the way is the lowest note on the clarinet. So good way to practice that. Those are the hardest one. And by the way, this is what we call the break on the clarinet. It's the most difficult part of learning how to play clarinet. And that is that as you go up to A, those are all open and throat tones. And then you cover everything and use your next octave by using the register key and tightening up your embouchure. Now, if you notice, let's talk about the embouchure a little bit, is the way I think of it is you have lip color and you have skin color. If you touch your lip when you're just relaxed, like this, it's soft. When I roll it slightly like this, and think of that line right here between your lip color and skin color, it's kind of being over your teeth. You can feel it automatically makes it firmer. You can tell that's what you want. What a lot of people mistake is they put the instrument here and think squeeze. So you're using a soft embouchure and you don't get tone. The difference is instead of hearing, you hear that soft kind of sound. So first step is roll your bottom lip, not all the way in, but just like that so that the ridge is here, and instantly you have firmness. Then the other thing is point your chin like this. Kind of pull those cheeks in, point your chin. It's kind of like a silly smile. Hi, how you doing? So keep the corners of your mouth. The key to make it a little firmer is to pull the corners of your mouth like this. And what you're doing is you're stretching the skin over here, making it even firmer. What a lot of people do again is by pinching, because that seems like the logical thing to do, but what you're doing is you're choking off your tone. So as you go up, as you get to those higher notes, you want to tighten up. Even when you go higher, then you really need to tighten up. So don't pinch. If you pinch, you get thin and it closes up. It's like someone choking you. Remember, the reed is what causes all the sound, creates the sound by its vibration. If you choke it, then you have no air going through, no vibration, no sound. The other thing is about where do you put it. I put my teeth about here on the mouthpiece, not all the way in. When you put it too far, it kind of honks, and when you push it too far back, the reed doesn't vibrate because your lip is pushing the very tip of it closed. So I put it about here. Now, the other thing is there's a very great trick that is used, and that is your thumb under the thumb rest here. Even if I play with slightly a soft embouchure, instead of using my muscles to pinch and squeeze, I push up and keep my head in the same position and roll that lip by pushing out. You can actually hear the difference, and all I'm doing, I'm not tightening with my muscles, I'm just pushing in, pushing up, which is causing this to make it firmer. So using your arms, your thumb strength to push up just enough to roll this and give you firmer sound and give you that firm embouchure. Your embouchure should be tight enough that someone can't pull the mouthpiece around like that. It's firm, and part of it is pushing up. And again, I'm going to start with a soft embouchure. You could hear my pitch is low, and flat. And you could hear the pitch goes up and then it sounds nice and clean. Now that also has to do with posture too. When I'm like this, so sit up at the edge of your chair, push forward, pointed chin, rolled lip, corners, like that. Now, you can also, not just sitting up, but also the angle of your clarinet makes a difference. So instead of doing it from your, some people play too close in like this, and again, you get more lip touching the reed, and that doesn't do you any favors. And sometimes when you play straight out like this, the reed, you're not holding the reed enough. So what is optimum is, I think of it as if you were to draw a string from across your knees, and you were to rest the bell of your clarinet on it like a 45-degree angle, you'll get. So proper posture, proper positioning, proper embouchure, are probably the most crucial things. A good exercise to practice, hitting that B and C right off the bat because you're covering all the holes is probably one of the hardest things to do. So work down to it. And what I mean by that, start with your low B flat and go, and then use your thumb and register key and tighten up and slur, meaning don't tongue the top one, slur, da. And when you do that, you're getting the higher note. But a lot of times when you move your fingers, you hear there's a leak of air and you get a squeak. So do it like whole tones. Go start low, high, low. Then move one down to A. Then to G. Then to your low F to C, the new note. Excuse me. And then your low B, which is this one here. Now, there is another E, and so for every note that you have on this side, there's a note corresponding on this side, because sometimes you need to go right, right, or left, right, left. So this one, which is the low, this one here is low F, but the equivalent is on this side. This guy here is low F. So I can, with this one, or get the same sound, which is the right one here. So these two are equal. And if you push down this one, you can see it move down here. It doesn't work the other way, but this is left hand C, this is right hand. Then this is right hand B, this one is right hand B, or low E again. Is the same. This one is the same as this one. A lot of times when I play B, I put my fingers on both at the same time, even though this is the main one. Sometimes this key will leak a little bit, so I put it here. And 90% of the time, if you're playing B, the next note's gonna be C. So you can push down both and hold it up. So I usually play my B with both B and these two playing together at the same time, knowing that I'm gonna probably go up. In any event, keeping your fingers slightly touching these keys is what the best way to keep your fingers instead of tucking your fingers under. I just rest them there touching, and that way they're ready to go, and you know where the other ones are, because so this should be your resting position, slightly touching these two as your home base. Okay, I hope this answered a lot of your questions. Feel free to give me a call and ask me anything you want.